Weekend was in the high 60s, 37 degrees right now at kickoff time. We got 4 inches last night. We're expecting some flurries today. And Butch Davis, the first-year head coach in Cleveland, his team is 6-5. And let's take a look at the Central. In the AFC, the Browns are chasing the Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens off today. Pittsburgh takes on the Jets at home. On the other sideline, what a job this man has done with this team. Bill Belichick, his team has won 4 of the last 5, most recently a big win last week at the Jets. And let's take a look at the standings in the AFC East. Miami with the top spot, the Jets, and New England. So the series note, New England leads the series 12-5. The teams have split their last 6 meetings. Their last game, November 12th, a season ago, Cleveland winning it 19-11. And the Browns will receive after winning the toss. And this is Quincy Morgan starting at the 2-yard line. Morgan over the 20 and goes down at the 23. Special teams tackle made by Gerard Cherry. A 20-yard return. So here comes young Tim Couch last week versus Tennessee. 17 of 26, 110 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Cleveland losing at home 31-15.
And a big key for Tim Couch versus the Patriots today, he's got to get the run game going because he is a great play-action quarterback. Got to be able to have that fake opportunities to open up some of those receivers down the field. Tim told us they're going to be more aggressive in the play calling today.
First down 10. At the 22, Aaron Shea in motion. And they hand it off to Jackson over the right side. Picks up 2 yards on the play, stopped by Bobby Hamilton. Offensively for Cleveland, ranked 30th in the NFL out of 31 teams, and they have fumbled 8 times in their last 2 games. Oben, Verba, Woolaba, McKinney, Roger Chenois. The backs and receivers, James Jackson back in the lineup after sitting out with an ankle injury. Shea is the H-back, Johnson Northcutt the receivers. O.J. Santiago is the tight end. Second down 7 at the 25. Couch rolling out of the pocket, sets up, looks, fires over the middle, intercepted! Intercepted at the 45 to Bucky Jones camping under it, and the Patriots forced the first turnover of the game.
And Gus, the Browns were trying to move the pocket. You're going to watch Tim Couch roll out to the right and throw back across the field on a double move route. Initially, he had his receiver open, Morgan, but you see that ball hang up in the air. He took a shot, and there's Bucky Jones to come down with it. Jump ball. Bucky Jones doing a great job getting the ball at the highest point, just like a rebound in basketball. And we talked about the Browns being more aggressive. Just got to get rid of that ball and give Tim Couch a little more time to put some a little bit more of a line drive on that pass.
So Tom Brady brings the offense out at the 47. First down at 10. They run the reverse. Troy Brown with the blocker, and the play is strung out nicely. And he goes down. Greg Spires with the tackle. And the numbers on Tom Brady last week, 20 of 28, 213 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, but he's been completing over 70% of his passes over the last 4 games.
Just phenomenal. He does such a great job of spreading that ball around, involving everybody in the offense. It's nice to be able to go to more than just your first read. Tom Brady, it's just been great to see him grow and mature throughout the year, and he really has a lot of confidence back there in the pocket right now.
Second down and 12 from the 45. Here's the pitch to Antoine Smith. Smith turns it up, and Smith goes down at midfield. Offensively for the Patriots, they rank 21st in the league, 18th rushing, 19th passing. Light is the rookie, left tackle Compton, Woody, Andruzzi, and Robinson Randall. The backs and receivers, Antoine Smith is the feature back on his way to a 1,000-yard season. Edwards, Troy Brown, and Patton are the receivers. Rod Rutledge is the tight end. Bill Belichick has put his stamp on this team. They're a power football team as opposed to being a pass-happy squad in the past few years. Third down and 8 from the 49. Here's Brady out of the shotgun, steps up, goes to the sideline, caught. Brown gets close to the first down. Stopped by Corey Fuller on the play, gains 9 yards. Defensively for Cleveland, they lead the NFL in interceptions with 25. Rodgers, Warren, Roy, Greg Spires. Courtney Brown out of the lineup today because of an ankle injury. Meanwhile, the linebackers Rayner in the middle with Rudd and Miller. And in the secondary, Fuller and McCutcheon are on the corners with Earl Little and Devin Bush at safety. First down, New England. Here's the pitch. Antoine over the left side, gets to the 40. Antoine Smith down at the 40-yard line.
And you mentioned Courtney Brown being out. Mark Smith has taken a spot out there at the end, and he's regularly a tackle, and he does a great job, of course, being strong versus that run, but might not have the quickness to get outside. I look for the Patriots to go ahead with that toss. Antoine Smith, a lot of that left side, running behind big tackle Matt Light today, and test Mark Smith, see if he can handle that quickness to the edge.
Second down, 7 from the 39. Kevin Falk in the game now as the single setback. Draw play, Falk. And Falk is down at the 39. Grant Boyer coming up and making the tackle. Tom Brady 7-3 as a starter, and already he's in pretty good company with some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Take a look at this.
Yeah, that's right into the top. You know, a couple of those guys I had an opportunity to play with, and I think that the reason that they're able to accomplish that percentage is you look and you have great vision over the field and you spread the ball around. You're not just focusing on half the field like we see so many quarterbacks look today, or just read one receiver.
Third down, 7 from the 39. They need to go to the 32 for a first down. And the flag on the play.
And guess one of the things that we haven't been able to say this whole year, other than one game.
False start, 77. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
That's Mike Compton.
And one of the things I was saying that we haven't been able to say, and he's only played in one game, Terry Glenn is in the game and back this week with the New England Patriots, and we know what he can do on the field with his speed and receiving ability. He's had some problems off the field, but this creates a tremendous problem for the defense, the speed, and now you can't just focus on Troy Brown. Terry Glenn can hurt you deep.
Glenn, 7 catches, 110 yards in only one game this season. Also scored a touchdown, third down 12 from the 44. They set the screen up. Here's Falk trying to get outside, cuts it back inside, breaks a tackle. Now with running room, dives forward and gets to the 35. An 8-yard gain, and he ran about 15 yards.
You know, Gus, I initially thought he had a lane out to the left, and you don't want to question the guy and what he sees on the field. But I thought Kevin Falk had a great job, had a great lane right here, and he cuts it across. I thought he would have had the first down had he stayed left. You see him stop and start and come back across the field. And when you do that, you allow the defense to run back into the play, back into where you're carrying the ball. I think he had that lane, would have at least got the first down had he stayed wide on the left side.
So brings on Adam Vinatieri, who's 15 of 19 on the season, in to attempt a 54-yarder. They get it down, it's up, and good! 54 yards for Adam Vinatieri. And the Patriots get on the board first. 9:41 to go in the first quarter of play. Adam Vinatieri nails a 54-yard field goal. His career long is 55 yards. He had it in 96 against Jacksonville. And the Patriots take a 3-0 lead. Sends it away. Morgan from the 1. Drops it. Picks it up. Morgan now with the seam. Taking it straight up and gets to the 32 before being jumped by Brett Coleman. A 30-yard return. So Adam Vinatieri gives the Patriots the 3-0 lead with the 54-yarder. Would have been good from 60. Look a lot like football season here in New England, and the Patriots lead at 3-0. Cleveland takes over, first down and 10 at their own 31. Jackson, the lone setback. Couch looking, firing underneath. The ball caught at the 35, making the 37-yard line. Kevin Johnson with the reception, and it's a gain of 7 yards. Defensively for the Patriots, let's take a look. And Hamilton, Nugent in the starting lineup today, along with Seymour and Pleasant. The linebackers, Teddy Bruschi in the middle, Roman Pfeiffer, great game last week versus the Jets. Vrabel. And in the secondary, Ty Law, Otis Smith on the corners. Lawyer Malloy to Bucky Jones. Romeo Crennel is the defensive coordinator. Second and 3. This time it's Jackson straight ahead, goes backwards. Now, this is a very important game, Brent, for the Cleveland Browns. They lost last week at home to Tennessee, but with 6 wins, they still have a chance to get into the playoffs.
And, Gus, if they're going to go into the playoffs, it's going to most likely be as a wild card. And when you go ahead and do those tiebreakers, obviously the first one that they do is head-to-head competition. So when these two teams are playing, Cleveland and New England, they've got to be able to come back to that tiebreaker, and that's why Jameer Miller said, hey, if we're going to be in the playoffs, we have to win this game today, because most likely New England's going to be there at the end, and they're going to have to go to that tiebreaker.
A must-win game, a 3rd and 1. Jackson picks up the first down and some. Gain 3 on the play, stopped by Brandon Mitchell. Bodies flying all over the place.
And watch this effort, Gus, by Teddy Bruschi playing middle linebacker, normally an outside linebacker. He's going to go in there and dive over Aaron Shea. How about Teddy Bruschi getting some air? That would have been a phenomenal stop, but still, that is getting up for the young man, 245 pounds.
He made some heck of a plays last week at the Jets. 1st and 10 from the 44. Couch sets up. Dumps it to Shea over the middle. He gets into New England territory. Shea still running and finally brought down at the 45. Otis Smith had to bring him down, but the big tight end out of Michigan gains 11 yards the hard way.
And Gus, you know how much I like Aaron Shea. We saw him last year. He does a great job of catching that ball and pounding it in there. And look at the determination. And Aaron Shea, they actually have him playing the H-back position where he gets more blocking coming out of that fullback position. But I think he's more of a natural tight end, and he takes a shot right there. And when you're leaning over to the right, that's usually a shoulder or a neck stinger. And he's really, you can feel the pain right there. It's not feeling too good on the sideline.
1st and 10 at the 45. Jackson. And Jackson is taken down for a loss of maybe 2 yards on the play. Mike Vrabel there to come up and make the tackle. Log on to NFL.com and see why Phil Simms thinks more teams should use the 3-4 defense like the Steelers. Just go to NFL.com or America Online, keyword NFL.com. And Aaron Shea on the sideline, started at tight end last year. They brought in Santiago along with Ricky Dudley. Dudley been out of the lineup for most of the year because of an injury. And he's found kind of a nice spot at that H-back position. 2nd and 12 at the 47. Tim Couch underneath. Northcutt with the catch. And Northcutt is wrapped up at the 37. Teddy Bruschi with the tackle, but another gain of 11 yards. And he's close to the first down.
And Northcutt actually caught some balls last week, and that's going to be one of the keys today for the Browns. Tim Couch has got to spread the ball around, a la Tom Brady. He's got to involve more receivers. Usually when you're playing against the Cleveland Browns, it's the Kevin Johnson show and nobody else. You've got to utilize other receivers. It can't just be Kevin Johnson all the time.
So Cleveland calls a timeout. 5:34 to go in the first quarter of play. Browns driving, down by 3. New England with a 3-0 lead over the Browns. However, Cleveland has it 3rd down and 1 at the New England 36-yard line. 7th play of the drive that started at their own 31. They need a yard. And this is Jackson straight ahead, picks up the first down.
Third down conversions were a big problem for the Browns last week versus Tennessee. And you've got to be able to move the chains, and that's 3rd down. And it's nice to have 3rd and short. We've had that a couple times already in the first quarter. Gives you great opportunities where they get into trouble, those 3rd and long situations when they can't protect Tim Couch.
So a first down at the New England 34. Santiago in motion. Here's Couch, spreading out, sets up, looks backside. Now underneath, incomplete. Dennis Northcutt, the intended receiver. Now let's go to New York for an update. Here's Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you, Gus. And we have an update from Minnesota. McNair drives him down the field 5 for 5, but it's Eddie George, the final 13 yards, 7-0 Titans at the Vikings. And let's go back to Gus and Brent.
Tennessee, are they done?
I don't think so. I think they're sticking their nose right back in the race, and they're starting to get healthy. 5 and 6, cutting strong in December. 10 and 6, I think, gets you in.
They'd have to win out. 2nd and 10 from the 34. Here's Jackson again. A flag on the play. Someone may have jumped offside on the Patriots. That is the case.
And I think it was big Richard Seymour, the nose tackle.
Rookie out of Georgia. He's had a solid season.
Offside, 93, defense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
And he's going to be a big challenge for center Dave Wollabaugh all day. Richard Seymour, 6'6", but plays with great leverage, very strong young man, and he has really been a terror. Not as many sacks, but he does a great job collapsing that pocket and taking up players.
305 pounds. 2nd and 5 at the 29. Jackson crawls forward and gets to the 26. Now let's go back to Jim Nantz in New York.
All right, San Diego and Philadelphia, Gus, and watch this. The magic has been absent from San Diego in recent weeks, but here's Doug Flutie, and Graham plucks it out of the air. He'll take it 61 yards in all to tie the game at 7. McNabb had thrown the touchdown toss earlier for the Eagles. Let's go back now to Gus and Brent.
When you look at that NFC East, that division is wide open. Arizona's playing well. The Redskins were playing well, and Philly has been up and down.
Yeah, that's amazing. Amazing catch by Jeff Graham. You see Doug Flutie. I think Jim Nantz is going to have to get his Flutie flags out of the cover.
3rd down 2 from the 26. 10th play of the drive. Couch underneath. It's caught at the 20-yard line, and a 1st down. Kevin Johnson with the reception in front of Ty Law, a gain of 6 yards.
And on 3rd down, it's Kevin Johnson time, and he just comes up big all the time. You see him coming down in short motion. That allows him to get off that bump coverage that Ty Law is so good at. You can't get up and tight when a guy's going in motion. You see Tim Couch delivering it right on the numbers. 3rd down, move the change, and those conversions are so important, especially when you've got to keep your defense off the field, like the Browns have been able to do the last couple of weeks.
Browns 3 for 3 on 3rd downs so far today. 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Jackson trying to find daylight. And Jackson goes down inside the 15. Teddy Bruschi driving him to the ground. 2:47 to go in the 1st quarter. And the score is 3-0 New England. Tuesday on CBS. 80th consecutive sellout at Foxboro. And the Patriots have won 4 of their last 5. However, Cleveland on a 7-minute drive. Jackson straight ahead. Gets to the 10. Gains 3 on the play, maybe even the 9. Bruschi and Hamilton there to wrap him up.
You know, the Cleveland Browns have had trouble running the ball this year. But James Jackson getting 6 and 7 yards on 1st down, that gives you options on 2nd and 3rd. And that's the key. This Patriots defense has to play tougher on 1st downs. You can't let the Browns just march it right down the field. And Gus, with Aaron Shea out of the game, the Browns like to use a lot of the H-back formation back there. They don't have a guy listed behind him on the depth chart, so they're going to have to bring in Rod Jones if they want to back there. But he's more of a tight end, and so they're doing this running attack right now with a single back.
Cleveland on the season ranked, as they pick up the 1st down, 27th in the National Football League in rushing, averaging 84.4 yards per game. But recently they've had problems hanging on to the ball. The offense has fumbled 8 times in their last 2 ball games, losing 3 of them.
And Gus, I said Rod Jones. It's actually Rod Monroe is the other tight end. I'm hearkening back to my old playing days.
6 concussions, I understand. 1st and goal from the 10.
What was your name again?
Here's Couch looking up top, incomplete. Santiago had two hands on it, just couldn't hold on. Roman Pfeiffer breaks it up.
And I like the way that Tim Couch threw that ball. He had his big tight end one-on-one matchup with a linebacker, Roman Pfeiffer, put it up high. Santiago 6'7", got to turn and make that catch. And you see Roman Pfeiffer keeping his hands up there, battling, and ended up knocking that ball out. Tim Couch is saying, come on, big man. We got to catch that one.
Brings up second down and goal at the 10, 14th play of the drive that started at the Cleveland 31. They've had it for 8 minutes. Kevin Johnson in motion. Here's Couch. Fires incomplete. Johnson, the intended receiver, on the quick screen. And that will bring up the all-important third down and goal at the 10.
Using some of New England's offense against them. They run that quick screen in New England. They ran it 5 times last week with Troy Brown. Haven't seen it as much from the Browns this year, but just get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. And Kevin Johnson is obviously their big playmaker at wide receiver.
So what do you run in this situation at the 10, third and goal?
Well, you want to utilize that middle of the field. I still like the tight end matchup, Santiago. Maybe get one of your backs out of the backfield catching the ball one-on-one with the linebacker.
Here's Couch. Steps up in the pocket. Throws across his body. Touchdown. Northcutt with the catch. And now the officials are having a conversation in the back of the end zone.
And it looked to me like Northcutt came across the back of the end zone, did a great job of cradling, using his elbows and his arms, sliding across the ground. And I thought he caught it without seeing the replay. And you see that catch, great job.
Oh, that ball is out.
Oh, my, I think that's why we have replay.
That ball is out.
And I think you're right, and I think that angle shows it well. Just right when he rolled over, he wasn't able to maintain control, and that's a big part of what is a catch. You've got to be able to maintain control. When he starts to roll at the top, you see that double clutch right there? I don't think he had it. And the Patriots have got to go ahead and challenge this.
And Belichick throws the red flag onto the field.
Now, how many times have we seen the red flag this year? Those buttons are supposed to work. Maybe it's so loud the officials don't hear the little buzzer going off.
New England is challenging the ruling on the field that it is a touchdown.
Now, Gus,
what's the definition of a catch?
Well, we've done this so many times this year. First of all, let's talk about the replay. The call on the field was touchdown, so it has to be irrefutable evidence to overturn the call on the field. A catch is you have to have 2 feet or possession. And possession is going to be the big 2 feet and possession. And possession is going to be the big key right here. And you can go ahead and use the ground now. You can catch the ball, and as long as you maintain control of the ball and not have the ball spin out and roll out like it is right there. You see that ball? He's trapping it on the ground. Now, had he maintained the possession in his hands without that ball spinning or rolling out of the original position, then we would have had a catch. And it's got to be irrefutable evidence, and so it still is a pretty tough angle to tell, but it looked like that initial play, and you saw that double clutch right there. That's usually a sign. When you see the guy re-grab for that ball, that means he didn't maintain that same position within his hands.
And I think Walt Coleman will agree with you. And another look at the replay rules. The coaches are allowed to challenge twice per team. A team timeout is charged if a call is not reversed. So we'll look at it one more time.
And watch it all the way through. Usually that double clutch is a very obvious sign. You see it, and there's the ball right there, and that's starting to hit the ground. You're going to see him roll over, and the tip hits the ground, and watch his arm come back right there, and you see him try to re-clutch it right there. And the ball, it means the ball is spinning in his hands, so he wasn't able to just maintain that same position with the ball. Because it used to be if you had the ball and it hit any part of the ground, it was a trap on the ground, but they changed that rule a few years back where you can actually go ahead and catch it and still use the ground as long as that ball position is still maintained the same way within your hands, as long as the ball's not spinning.
So 61 plays have been overturned this season. The average delay 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and the referee taking a lot of time to look at this. He's supposed to have only 90 seconds by the time he gets to the monitor. It looks like quite often they have a little bit more than 90 seconds. So here comes the call.
After reviewing the play, the ball hit the ground. The receiver did not have possession of the ball. The ball was still moving. We have an incomplete pass. It will be 4th and 10 for Cleveland. New England is not charged a timeout.
So let's look at it one more time.
And this is exactly what Coleman's looking at, coming across, and like this angle, I'm sure. You see, Northcutt initially has it, does a great job of shielding the ball from the ground, but then the ball's starting to roll out right there. And the tip is going to drag across the ground, and just like he said, he wasn't able to maintain possession. That ball is still spinning in his hands instead of staying stable. And I love replay, and I think the officials have done a phenomenal job. It's tough some of these times with these viewing angles. We had a great angle of it right there. That's exactly why replay's in, Gus.
So it brings on Phil Dawson to attempt a 28-yard field goal. They get it down, it's up, and we are tied at 3 apiece with 1:21 to go. Cleveland 3, New England 3, here in the first quarter of play from Foxboro. 16-play drive for the Cleveland Browns, however, resulting in only 3 points for Tim Couch and the offense. And the Browns tie it up at 3 apiece here with 1:21 to go in the first quarter of play. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you from Foxboro here in Massachusetts. Cleveland sends it away. It's a short kick, fielded at the 22. Kevin Falk breaks it outside, gets down the sideline and out of bounds at the 44. So the Patriots will have good field position after the 22-yard return. .112 to go here in the first, game tied at 3. Dalen McCutcheon has a right ankle sprain. He's out for the rest of the game for Cleveland. And Aaron Shea has a left shoulder AC sprain, and his return is questionable. First down and 10 at the 44. Antoine Smith, the single setback, goes in motion. Brady on the short drop. Fire! Picked off! Fuller racing! Cuts it inside! Corey Fuller! Touchdown Cleveland! 49 yards!
And Gus, that's something that we haven't seen much at all from Tom Brady this year. Went back and his eyes were throwing right to that slant route, and Corey Fuller read it and drove on the ball. And it was thrown awful hard. You saw him tip it to himself, and he was off to the races. And that's the way Cleveland has won games this year. They've moved the ball on offense, kept their defense off the field. When the defense has been on the field, they've gotten turnovers. 25 interceptions coming into today's game.
Extra point is up and good. Corey Fuller with his 3rd interception of the season.
Tom Brady has done a good job this year with his eyes. That time he was looking right at the slant route. Corey Fuller was looking right at Tom Brady, watching his eyes, following his eyes. And then Corey Fuller just cuts it back and gets into the end zone, jumping that route.
Fuller takes it all the way, and with 1:02 to go in the first, the Browns take a 10-3 lead. The Cleveland Browns are second in the league with 31 total takeaways coming into this game, plus 13 in the turnover ratio category, and a huge interception for Corey Fuller gives Cleveland a 10-3 lead. Browns send it away, another short kick. Falk from the 15, and Falk to the 30. Falk upended at the 35 by Brent Boyer. An 18-yard return.
And Gus, watch Tom Brady. He looks right to that slant. You see him following his eyes, takes a hitch. That's just enough time for Corey Fuller, who's a veteran corner in this league, to go ahead and read the slant route and drive on it. That's the key, to be able to run to that spot prior to the quarterback getting rid of the ball. And here's Drew saying, hey, with a veteran corner like that, you've got to be able to move him with your eyes initially.
1st and 10 at the 34. Here's the pitch, Smith. And Antoine Smith gets to the 35. And Drew Bledsoe, injured week 2 versus the Jets, suffered a sheared blood vessel. But what a job he's done. I mean, he could be on the bench, he could be complaining, but he's been very supportive of Tom Brady. And he hadn't really complained about his status right now. Does want an opportunity, though, to play.
Yeah, well, you know, he's got those competitive fires burning inside. But he's done a great job of being a team player, helping out Tom Brady. And Tom Brady's such a likable guy, too.
Brady dumps it off Mark Edwards with the catch at the 35, driven backwards by Anthony Henry. And that young man is having an outstanding year, the rookie out of South Florida, with 7 interceptions. And that's the end of the first quarter with the score 10-3. We'll return to Foxboro right after this message. Corey Fuller gives the Browns a 10-3 lead with his interception returned for a touchdown as we start the second quarter of play with the Patriots at their own 37, faced with a 3rd down and 7. They need to go to the 44 for a first down. Brady out of the shotgun. All day to throw to the sideline. Patton with the catch out of bounds. At the 41, a 19-yard gain. Brady putting that one on the money.
And how about that throw after coming back from the interception? This is a tough throw, the deep comeback. Watch him stand in the pocket, tall, confident, delivers it with a great spiral right on the money to David Patton. And that's a top-notch throw. He threw it before David Patton came out of his break, throwing it to a spot. David Patton getting the 2 feet in, big first down.
First down and 10 at the Cleveland 41. Play action again. Brady looking down the seam. It's caught by Brown. Troy Brown at the 23-yard line.
And Troy Brown is so elusive, and you get 3 wide receivers in there, and you have Terry Glenn running deep and clearing it out. Here comes Troy Brown right across the middle. Find that open hole in the zone, and that is tough to defend when you've got 3 wide receivers, and one of them is Terry Glenn and one's Troy Brown.
Came into this game with 78 catches for 944 yards. First and 10 at the 23. Antoine Smith lowers his shoulder and goes down to the 21. Gerard Warren with the tackle. He's the rookie out of Florida, first-round draft pick.
And the way that offensive coordinator for the Patriots, Charlie Weiss, calls those plays, I really love that. Show confidence in your young quarterback. Threw a pick, not a great pass, 3-step, and just, you know, went after a veteran corner. Comes back, calls some big plays down the field. Let him get his feet wet again. Let him start gaining some of that confidence back. Tom Brady, I don't think he can be rattled, Gus.
Second down, 7 at the 20. Brady fires underneath. It's caught. Patton cradling the football at the 13. Jackson is on the ground. And he gets up slowly. Raymond Jackson, 6th-year player out of Colorado State, shaken up a bit.
And look at that collision. And sometimes the worst shots you take are from your own guys. And I think Earl Little delivered the blow to Jackson right there.
So the Patriots have it first and 10 at the Cleveland 12. Inside handoff, Mark Edwards on the dive, gets to the 10. And you always talk about not only scoring inside the red zone, but getting touchdowns inside the red zone. Here's a good stat for you. The Patriots have scored 7 straight times inside the red zone, 6 touchdowns, 1 field goal.
That's the kind of statistic that you love. That's the percentage that you want. I think a big part of that has been Antoine Smith and his power running. That's really changed this Patriot offense this year. He's just grown in his confidence, very much like Tom Brady's grown in his confidence throughout the season.
2nd and 7. They throw it out. Brown on the hitch, lowers his shoulder, gets to the 2. Troy Brown with a nice catch and a nice piece of running as he was taken down by Devin Bush. Now they have some words for each other.
And we talked about Charlie Weiss. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. They ran this flanker screen 5 times last week versus the Jets because Charlie Weiss loves yards after the catch, and Troy Brown brings you yards after the catch. He doesn't care if he catches it 1 yard deep or 20 yards downfield. He is so elusive, does a great job of making players miss, and just get the ball in his hands. If they're not playing bump coverage, they're playing off, Tom Brady can check to that route, put the ball in your players' hands, and make them do something.
So after throwing the interception to Corey Fuller, Tom Brady is 5 of 5 on this drive.
And we talked about not being able to rattle Tom Brady. He's just cool, calm, happy. He's always got a smile on his face, but he's a competitor. And he has just made plays this whole season, and people seem to doubt him. And they say, oh, he did it against this team, but can he do it against this team? Or this defense against this defense? And we're gonna blitz him, or we're going to play more nickel coverage. We're going to try to confuse him. We're going to try to do this, that, and the other thing. And none of it's worked. He's continued to stay the course. He's been solid. He's been a great leader in the huddle. And guys like playing with him.
And they are short of the first down. They need about a yard. And look at Brady's percentage today. As we told you, he's completed over 70% of his passes in the last 4 games. Right now, 87.5. And here are the last 4 games.
And that just tells me that he's seeing the field very well. And we talked about it in the open. He's not just reading one side of the field, and he's distributing the ball to all his receivers. He's got good backs out of the backfield that can catch. He's got some wide receivers. He's got Terry Glenn coming back. That is so important.
Why is that so difficult to do, though?
Because when you're standing back there and guys are coming out there trying to kill you, you get a little nervous. And that's where you really have to have that composure. And there aren't really a lot of quarterbacks in this league that have that type of composure. It's built into Tom Brady.
3rd down 1 at the 3. 9th play of the drive that started at the 34. They hand it off straight ahead, and Edwards leans forward.
Was that Tom Brady throwing an elbow
like
in there?
He was trying to throw a little elbow.
There you go. He's a competitor. And big Mark Edwards going against his former team. You know he wants to score, get that first down. He kept those legs churning. I think actually that extra effort made it awful close. It's going to be a nose of the ball type of situation. And watch number 12. Hey, get off my guy. And then step back. There you go, Tom.
Get out of there.
Push and jab and move.
Especially with Gerard Warren, 322 pounds, standing right next to you.
That's right. Once you figure out who you push, then you take a step or 2 back and say, come on, O-line, protect me.
So the chains onto the field. And they are going to be short. So do you go for it?
I think at home, backed up, I'd like to go. And you talked about it. Touchdowns versus field goals. I think you want touchdowns. Now, the likely choice here, give the ball to Antoine Smith. He's doing a great job moving the chains, power running back. But the other thing that you got, Gus, play action pass, 4th and 1. You know all 11 Browns are going to be jumping on that run. This is where you can get a tight end release. You see Big Jay Rigglemeyer reporting number 67. He's going to be an eligible player too. You never know, a little play action to the big offensive lineman.
So Bill Belichick gambling, electing to go for it on 4th down and inches. Antoine Smith, the deep back. Mark Edwards, the up back. Smith picks up the first down. And he almost got in.
And going back to scoring touchdowns in the red zone. I know that wasn't a touchdown, but the biggest difference for this Patriot team this year has been the power running of Antoine Smith and the big offensive line behind big Rugemer, Wiggins, and Matt Light, left side of the Patriot line, and they've really developed a tough mentality along that offensive line this year.
So that brings up first down and goal at the 1-yard line. Almost a 6-minute drive for the Patriots. Smith keeps his feet turning. Does he get in? No signal yet.
Boy, I thought he got in after that second effort.
And he does. Antoine Smith with his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. He's got 6 touchdowns in his last 5 games.
And how about this for a scrum? Coming again to the left side where they've had some success. And to watch Antoine Smith, he stopped initially. Keep those legs churning. He's moving in the same spot. Chewing up turf. Now watch Matt Light. Corey Fuller, get out of there. They're pushing the pile forward. There he is. There's the stripes. There's the ball. That's a heck of an effort. And I like Bill Belichick's aggressiveness on 4th down, going for it. That's confidence in your team, and that's what a playoff team does, Gus. They answer a mistake. We had the Corey Fuller play, touchdown for the Browns. You answer that with a big drive of your own.
Adam Vinatieri into attempt the extra point. High snap handled nicely by Walter. And the extra point is good with 9:39 to go here in the second quarter. We are tied up at 10 apiece. (10-10) the score. Antoine Smith with the touchdown. A 6-minute and 23-second drive for the Patriots. Tom Brady 5 of 5 on the drive. This is Gay at the 5. Ben Gay straight ahead. And he is taken down at the 33-yard line. Larry Izzo with the special teams tackle. Tim Couch wants to get something going. It takes over at their own 32. Monroe in motion. Here's the handoff to Jackson. Going straight ahead, stopped by Mike Rabel. Maybe a gain of a yard to go for Tim Couch and the Cleveland Browns. They fake the pitch. Couch steps up in the pocket, batted down. And that one batted down by Richard Seymour.
And how about the pass rush of the New England Patriots? Tim Couch was actually lucky to elude the blitz. See Mike Vrabel coming the outside. And there's Bobby Hamilton. Couch steps up. And there's Richard Seymour. And that's just a break that he didn't get sacked initially. And for the first time today, the Browns are facing 3rd and long. They've been 3rd and short this whole first half, and that's really been a key for them having some success thus far.
Foxboro Stadium. And the score with 8:50 to go in the second quarter of play is 10-10 between New England and Cleveland. Gus Johnson along with Brent Jones. The Patriots have won 4 of their last 5, most recently against the Jets last week. Cleveland losing at home to Tennessee 31-15 a week ago. They have 6 wins, an important game if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. 3rd and 8 at the 34. They need to go to the 42, and Couch is sacked at the 25 by Lawyer Malloy. The safety on the blitz, and it's the first sack of the day for New England.
And that's one thing you got to be aware of when you play the Patriots is Lawyer Malloy. He's all over the field, in the box, coming on the blitz. Watch him coming from this side of the screen right here. He's going to come into the screen, untouched. Tim Couch trying to step up. Nobody there to block Lawyer Malloy. You got to have a hot read.
Troy Brown back deep, back pedals, and starts at the 23. And Brown splitting the defense and gets to the 35, a 52-yard punt by Chris Gardocki and a 12-yard return. So Lawyer Malloy with a big play on defense gives his offense the ball once again. To play in the second quarter, 10-10 our score. And New England has had great field position on all of their drives. Right now they have it at the 35.
And that's so important to have a shorter field during the course of a game. And drive sustaining is also a big part of it.
First and 10 at the 35. Antoine Smith running over the right side, bottled up. Now goes forward and picks up 3 yards on the play, maybe 4.
Devin Bush, you're going to stop.
So Foxboro Stadium, the final year of existence for this place, but right next door, the new CMGI Field. And, you know, if the weather gets bad there and you don't want to stand out in the cold, you can go into the lounge area or the restaurant area and watch the game on TV.
I've already bought my club seats for next year.
Second and 5 at the 40. Here's Smith again. And Smith gets up to the 43. The owner of the New England Patriots, Bob Kraft, and his beautiful wife, Myra, sitting right next to him. We had dinner with Mr. Kraft last night, and he paid.
That's why we had dinner with him, huh?
That's right.
And I think even Mr. Kraft would agree he's going from probably the worst stadium in the NFL to the best, and they've spared no expense on this new stadium. It's really a tribute to him and getting this thing built for this greater New England area.
Third down 2 at the 43. They're 2 of 4 on third down conversion. Brady looking underneath, broke it up. Incomplete. Corey Fuller with the pass deflection intended for David Patton.
And one of the keys for this Browns defense, and Corey Fuller knows that, is that they know when Tom Brady gets in the shotgun that ball is going to come out quick. And so you can afford to gamble. You can take those shots. You see Corey Fuller right there. We saw it earlier on the 3-step drop. When a quarterback's in the shotgun and it's going to come out quick, or you're only taking 3 steps, you know as a defensive player that ball's got to come out. And you can afford to take some chances.
So Ken Walter stands at the 29, and Dennis Northcutt is back at the 19. First punt of the game for Walter, averaging close to 40 yards per punt on the season. Left-footed punter gets away a nice one. Northcutt with the fair catch signal, and it's fair caught at the 10-yard line. A 46-yard punt. Total yards so far, New England with 96, Cleveland with 49, but Corey Fuller picked one off, ran it back for a touchdown. And the Browns are in this game, tied at 10. They start at their own 11. Couch underneath, broken up. Ty Law getting a hand in there, but a late flag comes in. A late flag on the play. Kevin Johnson, the intended receiver.
And the side judge must have thought that Ty Law had his left arm around Kevin Johnson, because it didn't look like there was contact at that point. And I'm sure that's what he's going to end up calling.
24, defense, automatic, first down.
And you know, you got 5-yard chuck zone, Gus, and there we are. We're after 5 yards, and there's Ty Law still getting his hands on Kevin Johnson after that. And I think that's why they called the penalty. And Tim Couch saying, you know, when you're a quarterback, though, you say it's pass interference every time if the ball's incomplete. But he was right that time.
First down and 10 at the 17. Here's the handoff. James Jackson. Jackson gets to the 20, a gain of 4. And the Cleveland offense under Butch Davis making some improvements. Still not there yet, but take a look over the years.
Well, this is the biggest thing that stands out to me, the time of possession. They're really starting to be able to sustain some drives. I know that they'd like the rush yards up and the points, but this is the most important, that 6-5 record, and nobody would have thought that at the beginning of the season, but Butch Davis has done a phenomenal job of changing the mindset in Cleveland. These guys expect to win.
Second and 6 at the 21. Couch again on the slant. Kevin Johnson with the catch goes down at the 25. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Terrence Shaw with the tackle. And one thing about Butch Davis is, I mean, I don't know. There's something about the guy that's different. There's some kind of spark that he has, or ability that he has to motivate these guys, because we saw a lot of Cleveland games last year, and they didn't play with the passion that they're playing with this season.
No, they were just trudging through the season the last couple of years at this point, and Butch Davis really has changed that mindset, brought in some more players, guys that want to compete, and that's really the key.
On 3rd and 1. Jackson stumbles forward, and he's close to the first down. Roman Pfeiffer in on the play.
And we've talked about how Cleveland has had 3rd and manageable, and that's really been a big part of this first half. Coming up again with another 3rd and 1. When you can move those chains, 3rd and 1 gives you an opportunity. You can even run play action or pound that ball up in there. Watch James Jackson. Let's look his eyes. Let's see if he's looking at the hole. He's looking straight ahead. Good job, James. You're not giving anything away. Teddy Bruschi getting smashed up inside, and James Jackson going off tackle and finding that hole and leaning forward, and I think he might have that first down by half a ball.
Jackson with 514 yards on the season coming into this game, only averaging 3 yards per carry. And is that a first down? Yes, it is. About a half inch.
There you go. It's tough when you get that ball on the chain and you're trying to figure out, is it first or not? Officials right on top of it. They didn't need a conference out for that one, and that's so important. And that comes back to 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get positive yards, whether it's 2 or 3 yards. Just be within 3rd and 3 or less, and then you have some options on 3rd down. But 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, that's where you get in trouble. That's when the pass protection falls apart.
Jackson 11 carries, 27 yards. First down for Cleveland at their own 27. Play action. Couch setting up, looking for Kevin Johnson. Has him. Johnson holds on to the football and picks up a first down. Matt Stevens with the tough hit, but it's a gain of 16 yards.
And the Browns have gotten a lot of underneath routes here thus far in the first half. And that time brought Kevin Johnson in motion. Watch him on the deep crossing route. And Tim Couch actually had him even more open early. And you see Matt Stevens going to come into your picture. But Tim Couch took a while to throw that ball and set his feet. Would have liked to have gotten the ball in the hands of Kevin Johnson just a little earlier, giving him some room to get up, turn it upfield. But still, if there's a big play to be had for Cleveland, it's going to be Kevin Johnson most likely.
Johnson's on the sideline right now. 1st and 10 at the 44. Couch in trouble. Couch gets rid of it. Nobody even close to the football. And let's see if he got out of the pocket. Remember, the pocket is tight end to tight end. If not, it'll be intentional grounding.
And that's what the officials are discussing.
The quarterback was out of the pocket. There's no intentional grounding. The quarterback was out of the pocket.
Great call, partner. You were all over that rule. And we've seen it. And here's the pocket right here. Got to get out of there. Tight end to tight end. And once you break that pocket and get the ball on the line of scrimmage, it's not grounding. And oh yeah, Tim Couch, he was at least a yard or two beyond it. And he knows, at least most of the time, you hope you know.
Now it's 2nd and 10 for the Browns at their own 44. Couch 6 of 13 today, 58 yards and 1 interception. And the play clock expires. Let's see if they got a timeout.
And I think a big part of that was that the officials didn't reset it after discussing the potential grounding call.
We will reset the 25-second clock due to the announcement on the previous play.
So no harm. Bill Belichick a little hot under the collar on the sideline. 2nd down 10 at the 44.
Second down, number 13.
Here's Couch. Gets hit as he throws, incomplete, and Couch is still down. Couch took a beating. Tim Couch gets up slowly, but Teddy Bruschi ran right through him.
And Teddy Bruschi has really been an undervalued, underrated part of the success of this New England defense. And watch this shot. Couch is just ready to deliver. Oh! And that is a shot. When you feel that, when you see that head snap back, you know a quarterback is taking a shot. And last week versus the Jets, nobody will talk about the key plays of the game. Teddy Bruschi stopping Curtis Martin early in that first half on 3rd and 1 at the goal line might have turned that whole game around.
3rd and 10 at the 44. They need to go to the New England 46 for a first down. Here's Couch! In trouble, and Couch is sacked by Roman Pfeiffer. Second sack of the day for the Patriots.
And you talk about a man possessed, Roman Pfeiffer, 9 tackles last week versus the Jets, 4 for losses. He almost caused Tim Couch to ground the ball a couple plays ago, and here he comes again. And I don't know if the Cleveland Browns offensive line has an answer yet for Roman Pfeiffer, who's been on fire these last couple weeks.
Chris Gardocki from the 28. Spiraling kick that's short. From the 15, it's Brown. Brown with the seam. Brown can break it, and he can go. Troy Brown. Touchdown, Patriots. No flags. An 85-yard return for Troy Brown.
And Gus, when we eventually see the replay, you're going to see All-Pro Lawyer Malloy on the punt return team make a huge block that springs Troy Brown. And Cleveland has had trouble on their special teams units, but that's big trouble when you give up a touchdown like that.
Extra point by Adam Vinatieri is up and good. 85-yard punt return for Troy Brown, his first touchdown on a punt return this season. Prior to that one, his season-long 40 yards.
And we know Troy Brown's very elusive, and you're going to watch him catch the punt and get upfield. Watch Dwayne Rudd. Watch him break down. He's just about to make the tackle. Watch this, Lawyer Malloy. Bang! It's all over right there. And how about big Richard Seymour, 6'6", 305 pounds, taking down the kicker? That's a little unfair.
One more look.
And this is, you're going to see it from Dwayne Rudd's position to watch Lawyer Malloy. And that is so impressive to see a starter, an all-pro strong safety on the punt return team, making the block that springs Troy Brown for the touchdown. Yeah, and how about Richard Seymour on poor Chris Gardocki? That is just try not to get hurt. And that's some guys that want it. You got a couple of starters on your punt return team. When you're a starter in this league, you don't necessarily want to go out for special teams. You want to take a breather.
And that is the first return for a touchdown this season for the Patriots. As Brown goes 85, and New England with 3:28 to go in the second quarter take a 17-10 lead.
And that's why you have Troy Brown in there. And you know, over the years, I haven't been a big proponent of having one of your starting receivers be the punt return guy. I think there's too many opportunities for him to get hurt. Troy Brown's been the main part of this New England offense this year without Terry Glenn. And it just seems like yards. And we know Troy Brown's very elusive, and you're going to watch him catch the punt and get upfield. Watch Dwayne Rudd. Watch him break down. He's just about to make the tackle. Watch this, Lawyer Malloy. Bang! It's all over right there. And how about big Richard Seymour, 6'6", 305 pounds, taking down the kicker? That's a little unfair.
One more look.
And this is, you're going to see it from Dwayne Rudd's position to watch Lawyer Malloy. And that is so impressive to see a starter, an all-pro strong safety on the punt return team, making the block that springs Troy Brown for the touchdown. Yeah, and how about Richard Seymour on poor Chris Gardocki? That is just try not to get hurt. And that's some guys that want it. You got a couple of starters on your punt return team. When you're a starter in this league, you don't necessarily want to go out for special teams. You want to take a breather.
And that is the first return for a touchdown this season for the Patriots. As Brown goes 85, and New England with 3:28 to go in the second quarter take a 17-10 lead.
And that's why you have Troy Brown in there. And you know, over the years, I haven't been a big proponent of having one of your starting receivers be the punt return guy. I think there's too many opportunities for him to get hurt. Troy Brown's been the main part of this New England offense this year without Terry Glenn. And it just seems like a gamble, but when he can do things like that and his great elusiveness, you see why Coach Bill Belichick wants him out there.
This is King going straight ahead, and King taken down at the 29. Fred Coleman with the tackle. Troy Brown. And that run tied for the second longest in team history. Back in '85, Irving Fryer ran one back 85 yards. Cleveland takes over, first down and 10 at the 30. To the sideline, Santiago with the catch. He is down at the 33 by Roman Pfeiffer.
And you can tell a lot about a defense when you see guys rally to the ball. Santiago caught the ball in the flat, and there's 5 or 6 Patriots immediately out there. That's team defense. That's what Bill Belichick teaches. Romeo Crennel coming over from the Browns. That's the attacking style of defense that this team needs down the stretch. They've got a running game. They've got a young, hot quarterback into December and potentially the playoffs. That's what wins games for you. A rally to the ball defense.
Second down 7 at the 33. Here comes the blitz. Picked up by the Browns. Johnson with the catch gets to the 45. Stopped by Ty Law. 5th catch of the day for Johnson, a gain of 13.
And you know how much I like Kevin Johnson and have liked him for the last couple of years, because he's really been the only threat for the Cleveland Browns. There was even some talk earlier this year of trading him. That got him fired up, and he's been the guy making plays when defenses try to stop him every week. He's the main focus. You say you've got to stop Kevin Johnson, and he continues to have big games and make big plays.
Couch, pump fake, looks underneath Jackson with the catch out of the backfield, picks up the first down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Roman Pfeiffer with the tackle. Our score, New England 17, Cleveland 10. The Patriots. And the game summary. New England up 17-10. Troy Brown, the difference maker with the 85-yard punt return for a touchdown. However, Cleveland has good field position at the New England 46. Here's the inside handoff. Jamel White now running, picks up 2 yards. Lawyer Malloy with the tackle. Timeout situation for Cleveland. They have 1 remaining. Hurry up offense being used by the Browns. 1:40 to go. Couch looking. And caught and out of bounds. Jawan Dawson gets out of bounds at the 20. And New England with an opportunity to pick that one off. Otis Smith missed by inches. And that would have been a touchdown.
And Otis Smith drove that out route. I think the ball might have gone right through his hands. I thought he was off to the races. It looked like he just tipped off of it. And he was gone for sure. Nobody around. Watch him drive that ball. I don't know how he missed it, Gus. Cut right in front of the receiver. He would have been gone. Jawan Dawson, great concentration.
Cleveland at the 20-yard line. Here's Couch setting up. Deep in the pocket, down the seam. This time it is picked off. Buckley. Jarrell Buckley. Reverses. Wants a block. And he gets to the 29.
And Gus, I know coming off of his route, Kevin Johnson at the top of his route, I saw him kind of strip down. I don't know if he was pushed. I saw Tim Couch screaming awful loud at the official. Let's watch at the top of your screen. They're going to come in from the right-hand side. You're going to see Kevin Johnson just stumble right there. Tim Couch throwing the ball to where he thought Kevin Johnson was going to be. And Buckley, who had the big interception last week in New York, comes back with a huge one again today.
So the Patriots take over with 1:17 to go at their own 29. 4-receiver package. Brady out of the backfield. He finds J.R. Redmond, who gets out of bounds at the 36. Brant Boyer there to push him out of bounds after a gain of 7. So with 1:12 to go, if you're New England, do you try to put more points on the board, or do you play it conservatively?
Oh, no, you keep trying. You've got some momentum here. You're playing at home. You've got some pretty decent field position. You've got a hot quarterback that spreads the ball around.
2nd and 3 at the 36. And here's Falk taking the snap. And Falk gets to the 37 maybe. Jameer Miller with the tackle. Time running off the clock, a minute now. And a timeout situation. New England with 3 remaining. Cleveland with 1. Brady to Falk. They'll try to keep him in bounds, and they do keep him in bounds.
And you know, I don't think Kevin Falk got the first down because he turned it back in. I think had he just caught the ball and fell forward, he would have had it. He was right there, but he actually spun his shoulders back inside. He's going to be short on third down.
Here's the rule. If you're knocked out of bounds going backwards, the clock continues to run. If you're knocked out of bounds going forwards or to the side, then the clock will stop. Here you go, to the sideline. He catches the ball. If you're knocked out of bounds going backwards, the clock, which he was, the clock continues to run. If you're knocked out of bounds going forward or to the side, it will be stopped. But a first down anyway for New England.
I think he got a good mark on that one because he was thinking about getting out of bounds, but you got to make sure you get that first down first.
Back to Foxboro after this. CBS Sports. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 39. 34 seconds remaining in the first half. 3 timeouts remaining for New England. Tom Brady looking down the field. Incomplete. Intended for Charles Johnson. Anthony Henry covering.
I guess let's go back to Terrell Buckley's big interception. We talked about Kevin Johnson at the top of the route. Here they are, 8 yards downfield, hand checking. You're only supposed to have 5 yards. And you see Kevin Johnson stumble right there at the top, push down. There's Buckley to make the interception. That's why Tim Couch was so upset. 2nd
down 10 at the 39. Brady pump faking to the sideline. Caught and out of bounds. Guess who? Terry Glenn with a 21-yard gain.
And he knew it was just a matter of time. And when you play against the speed of Terry Glenn, you've got to give him some off coverage. Look at the cushion that he's got. You're going to think deep. When you spin a quarterback's shoulders around like that, you've got him beat every single time.
Did he get both feet in bounds?
Anthony Henry, yes, he did. He did, Gus, as a matter of fact.
First down and 10.
You got to be from New England to get that joke.
Oh, my goodness. Here comes the blitz. Well, to explain it to you folks, let's take a look back. Terry Glenn interviewed on a local television show, and he was asked a couple of questions, and this is how he responded.
Do you want to play for the New England Patriots?
I did.
Did?
I did. D-I-D, I did.
That means pass.
It does. And as of right now, I don't see me playing here next year, and I don't see myself being in a Patriot uniform.
No.
I know I'm bothered by hamstring right now,
So
and I'm not getting paid, so you do the math.
If you were getting paid, would that hamstring get better? Let me ask you that question.
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say that. I don't know.
Well, Gus, I've done the math, and down the playoff stretch, this team is so much more potent with Terry Glenn. And if he can keep those hamstrings healthy, you can't overuse them here in these first couple games. But I really tip my hat to Coach Bill Belichick. He hasn't overreacted in this situation all year. He's done what he's had to do. And now you have Terry Glenn. And I think some of these guys on the Patriots got to come alongside Terry Glenn. And you know, I haven't been a big fan of Terry Glenn off the field. I love what he does on the field. He can really make some things happen. But he's got to pull it together. If he chooses not to even talk to the media the rest of the year, that would be phenomenal for him, for the team. Just go out, Terry, and let your plane do the talking, and you're going to really help this team down the stretch, and you could end up having a Super Bowl ring on your finger.
First down and 15 at the 45. 23 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Brady stands in there, throws a strike at the 30-yard line. Troy Brown, and New England calls a timeout. A gain of 15.
And a lot of people are going to credit Tom Brady standing in the pocket, waiting for his receiver to get open and fire that ball. But a big part of that reception is Troy Brown, his veteran knowledge. Watch him come back to this ball. When there's a big cushion there, you've got to come back. See him drive back, even though he's in front of the defender, uses his body to shield the defender between him and the ball. That's so important. We see so many young receivers just waiting for the ball to come to them.
But you have to not only give Brady credit and Gronk credit, but look how much time Tom Brady has to throw the football. The offensive line of Light, Compton, Woody, and Drusy, and Robinson Randall doing an outstanding job pass protecting for Tom Brady.
Well, Damian Woody is the anchor, and he's a center that should be going to the Pro Bowl. But I really like Mike Compton. We haven't talked a lot about him this year. Came over from the Lions, the black and blue division. I think he's brought an attitude to this offensive line. There's continuity, there's chemistry, and you know what? There's a run game, and that's it. It's physical, smash mouth, and we always use that term. It's overused, but that's exactly what they've done. Great play-action group, and it's really helped Tom Brady, and his leadership as well has helped the offensive line.
Second down and 1. Here comes the blitz. Low snap picked up by Brady. Get rid of it. It's caught. Out of bounds goes Terry Glenn. And the clock stops with 8 seconds, an 11-yard gain. And they will bring on Adam Vinatieri.
Watch Terry Glenn coming out of his break. Now, that's not a guy that looks like he's only played one game all season. And that's just amazing to me that you can just walk out onto the field and make something happen.
Brady under all kinds of pressure. So Vinatieri into attempt a 38-yarder. He's hit a 54-yarder earlier today. They get it down, it's up. Perfect. Tom Brady engineering a very successful half-closing drive for the Patriots. And with 2 seconds to go, New England takes a 20-10 lead.
You know, this is part of this new mentality that man, Bill Belichick, has brought to this team. I don't think last year, with a minute something left, they go into the 2-minute drill. But when you are aggressive, when you've got some confidence, when you feel like this team can do it, and you've got a quarterback that has the leadership of Tom Brady, you say, hey, let's get this thing rolling. And you got an extra 3 points, and that's a huge difference going into halftime. And Vinatieri's been phenomenal this whole season for the Pats, and he's almost automatic at this point.
So a 54-yarder and a 38-yarder for Adam Vinatieri. 3 seconds to go as we take a look at the drive. 8 plays covering 50 yards, and they get down the field in 1 minute and 16.
You know what? The other thing about Tom Brady that's been so phenomenal is the way that he puts it on the receivers in stride. He allows them to run with the ball. We talked about Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, loving yards after the catch. That's a big stat for this Pats team.
So Vinatieri with the kick picked up by Santiago, and O.J. Santiago looking to get out of bounds. He does, but the clock expires. And that is the end of the first half. Tom Brady throws 1 interception. However, he has the Pats in good shape as they take a 20-10 lead into the locker room. (20-10), New England leads Cleveland at halftime. Now, yesterday, my partner was honored. In Florence, Alabama, Brent Jones became a Hall of Famer. Yes, folks, the Division II Hall of Fame honored Brent Jones. He played at Santa Clara, and this is what he had to say.
Division II, we play for the love of the game. There's intensity, there's a passion for the game. And we also like to think at Division II, we're just a little bit smarter than those other guys because we have a thing called the playoffs. And they haven't figured it out yet, so yeah.
Partner, congratulations. Who would have thought that a guy out of Santa Clara, of all places, they no longer even have a football team, would make it into the Division II Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it was really a tremendous honor, and it was great. They had a great setup down there in Alabama. Got a lot of friends now in Alabama, National Guard, all kinds of guys. And it was a great program, and it was an honor. I got to really quickly mention the guys that went in with Greg Lloyd, Ken O'Brien, a couple of great pros.
Okay, so now we turn back to the game, the most important stuff. And let's take a look at the statistics from the first half of play. Brent, take us through them.
Well, I think the important thing has been the way that New England responded to the Tom Brady interception. Of course, things weren't going their way, and all of a sudden came back, answered with their own drive. And I think the stats, nothing really stands out. I think the rushing yards for both teams have been down, but really the score. And I think the Patriots have really shown that tough mental attitude that they've had this whole season. And I continue to be impressed, Gus, as many games that we've had with Tom Brady, his composure, and his tremendous accuracy, putting the ball where it needs to be.
New England has the ball to start the second half of play. Here's Falk from the 16-yard line, and Falk is stood up at the 30 and taken down at the 33. So here comes Tom Brady back onto the field. What a great drive at the end of the first half of play. A minute and 16 seconds. He completes 5 passes and gets New England set up for a 38-yard Adam Vinatieri field goal.
And all of those passes are right on the numbers. He's not laying out his guys. He's not putting it behind him so they have to stop. They're all in front of the receivers. They can actually do something with the ball, hits him in stride. And not only has his arm gotten stronger this last year, but boy, his accuracy is very impressive.
First down and 10 on the play fake. Brady down the sideline. It is broken up. Corey Fuller looking for his second interception of the game, and he breaks it up. Patrick Bass, the intended receiver. So let's take a look at the quarterback's comparison.
And you see what really stands out, that second interception, Tim Couch, and we saw him complain about it. Terrell Buckley fighting off Kevin Johnson coming across there and thought it could have been pass interference, but that's really been the difference. Tim Couch has spread the ball around as well, but hasn't been able to get the ball downfield as much.
Second down 10 at 32. Brady, quick strike, Falk with the catch, and nowhere to go. He is stopped at the 33. Dwayne Rudd with the tackle, read the play perfectly. We showed you this one earlier today, and he is trying to go after his 5th straight game in which he's completed 70% or higher of his passes.
And he would move into company with the greatest player of all time in NFL history, according to me, not you.
According to you.
Joe Montana.
And I would say he's the second greatest player behind Jim Brown.
You know, you're just saying that because we're going into Cleveland.
Brady pumping, gets it off, it is picked off. Earl Little, and Little still running, and he is down at the 37. Second interception of the day for Brady, and all of a sudden Cleveland in great shape, deep in New England territory.
Now that's something that we haven't seen all year from Tom Brady, trying to make that throw falling down. That's a mental mistake. Tom knows better than that, and you're going to watch him step up in the pocket, and when you're getting pressure and you're going down, you don't want to just let that ball go. Greg Spires, former Patriot, getting the pressure, and Tom Brady just doesn't want to throw that ball. Little right to him, no receiver around, and watch the pressure by Spires. And Tom Brady throwing the ball, both his feet actually, off the ground, going down. He hasn't really made that play all year.
First down 10 at the 37. Counts underneath, Jackson with the catch out of the backfield, and he gets popped. Stuck at the 31, Roman fight with Bobby Hamilton. Jackson getting up.
Sometimes when you get in those sandwich shots, the defensive guys hurt themselves more than they hurt you, and I think that might have been the case there with Jackson. But this is what the Browns have done all year. They've kept themselves in the game into the second half. They've relied on their defense. They've had 25 interceptions coming into the game, 2 more today, and then they've capitalized on it.
Second down 4 at the 31. Patriots showing blitz. Jackson taken down at the 29. Lawyer Malloy in on the play. So the Browns third in the NFL in taking the ball away, the turnover ratio, the all-important category in the National Football League. The Jets plus 20. Tampa at plus 14.
And that's what really Cleveland has upgraded their team this year. Butch Davis on the defensive side of the ball, really making something happen. Very opportunistic.
Third down 2 at the 29. Jamel White in motion out of the backfield. Lines up. And the slot underneath. It's caught. Kevin Johnson with the first down at the 25, make it the 26. Mike Vrabel with the tackle.
And it goes back once again to having that third and short. Get 6-7 yards on first down, a couple on second down, and that's almost indefensible on third and short, especially if you're going to play that soft zone coverage. Kevin Johnson's going to find a hole, and Tim Couch is going to find Kevin Johnson.
Johnson 5 catches, 49 yards. First down at the New England 25. Couch steps up. Couch throwing. Broken up. Otis Smith was there. Dennis Northcutt, the intended receiver. And that ball hung in the air a little too long.
And that's exactly right. Tim Couch actually wanted to put more air on that and lead Northcutt away. Actually, Northcutt does a nice job of coming back to the ball and breaking it up, because that initially looked like an interception for Otis Smith. You see Tim Couch actually letting that ball float up there. He wanted to throw it more in this type of an angle and let Northcutt run to the ball. They just hung it up there. Lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Makes it second down 10 at the 25. Two receivers split to the top of your screen. Northcutt is in the slot. Here's Couch. Underneath, White with the catch, cradles it at the 20-yard line. Right in front of Roman Pfeiffer. So that'll bring up third down 5 at the 20. They'll need to go to the 15 for a first down.
Well, you know who you look for in third and 5, Kevin Johnson. Now the Patriots, if I know it, they've got to know it. And what you really want to do against Kevin Johnson, get a jam on him off the line, upset his timing right now on third down, and have a safety over the top. A lot of teams give him some cushion, and when he has room to operate, he's going to find the hole, he's going to get a first down.
And here's Kevin at the bottom of your screen, lines up. Ty Law checking him. Couch looking in trouble, dumps it out of bounds. A lot of pressure coming from the backside. Terrell Buckley, Richard Seymour getting close to Tim Couch. And here comes the field goal unit.
And they're lucky because Kevin Johnson's going to get open coming across the middle. There was nobody there. Somebody missed their zone. Here comes Seymour and Buckley getting the pressure, forcing Tim Couch out of the pocket. Because if he had time to set his feet and look back across the field, Kevin Johnson once again was wide open.
So Phil Dawson already good today from 27 into attempt a 39-yarder. Chris Gardocki, the holder, gets it down. It's up and good. Barely. 10:45 to go. Third quarter of play. Butch Davis continues to keep his team motivated. Foxboro Stadium, where the New England Patriots call home and they lead the Cleveland Browns. I'm Gus Johnson along with field goal. Cleveland does, and now they send it away. And this will be Falk camping under it at the 13. Here's Falk running and spins down at the 31. So here comes Tom Brady once again for the Patriots. 20-13 the score. A great Christmas feeling here in New England with the snow coming down. They're unloading the trees, and the kids will be looking forward to great presents. The first night of Hanukkah as well. And the Patriots are hoping that a playoff berth is under their Christmas tree. Here's Antoine Smith. Gets his shoulder square and down at the 42.
You know about the
Gain
shoulder
of
square.
9 yards. Pardon me?
You're familiar with the shoulder square thing.
I'm running back in Little League.
Yeah, and you're better than that. Don't short sell yourself. Watch this. He's going to bounce it outside, then get those shoulders square. There you go, Gus. Pound it up inside, because you can only move north and south if your shoulders are square, right?
That's right. So 2nd down and 1. Here's the option. Brady goes down. And Brady looking like the Heisman Trophy winner there, or trying to, Eric Crouch.
Yeah, and I hope that's a broken play, because I don't know if you want Tom Brady carrying the ball right now on the option. Little reverse pivot. There's the fake inside. Okay, if you're going to run the option, tell him to pitch it no matter what. You don't want your quarterback getting whacked up inside there. Took a couple of shots last week. Actually ran the little fake sweep for the big first down in the Jets game that iced the game.
3rd down and 1. Inside handoff. Edwards will not get there. He needed to get outside, rather, the 40-yard line to the 41.
And I wonder if Mark Edwards took a shot in his face mask. And what stops those 3rd and 1s from being successful is penetration. I saw Wally Rayner up inside. The penetration on this side of the line. There's the key. Big tackle.
Devin
There's
Bush.
a face mask. That's about as obvious as it gets in the short yardage situation. Devin Bush getting away with a big one.
Walter sends it away. Beautiful spiraling kick. Northcutt catches it at the 12. And Northcutt taken down at the 17. Patrick Bass with the special teams tackle. A flag on the play. And holding the call against the Browns.
I guess if it's a post-possession foul, then the Browns are just going to be penalized from that spot. If it was prior to the kick, though, it would be a 1st down. They don't usually call that. It's usually after the kick. So the Browns would just be backed up. And I think that's what we're going to see right here. Coach Davis not happy about any penalties.
Holding, 47, return team during the kick. Half the distance, 1st down.
Scott Frost. 8:49 to play. We've got a 7-point game here in New England. Following the game, log on to NFL.com and get the latest information on how the playoff picture is shaping up, as well as analysis from the experts. It's all at NFL.com or America Online, keyword NFL.com. 1st down and 10 for the Browns, backed up at their own 7. Jackson. No running room up the middle. Brandon Mitchell there to catch him. Down 10 at the 7-yard line. 26 passes today for the Browns. And New England wants a timeout. The defense was not set for the Patriots. Timeout on the field. Is out of the game with a shoulder injury, and with 8:07 to play in the 3rd, New England leads 20-13. Shea plays for Cleveland.
And he plays that fullback, H-back spot, and they don't really have anybody to back him up. Mike Sellers, some off-the-field problems. They released him here a couple weeks ago, and so they've been going with mostly a single back today. That could account for all those passes that you talked about.
2nd and 10 at the 7. Couch. In trouble, Couch, and he is dropped at the 1. Richard Seymour, 3rd sack of the day for the Patriots, and they are bringing the heat.
And Tim Couch did a nice job just to spin forward, and we said at the top of the program, watch out for Richard Seymour, number 93. Right over center, Dave Wollaball. Look at that pressure, and he continues to move the pile back, even getting double teamed, and just missed the safety. Seymour, 6'6", 305, been all over the backfield today of this Cleveland Browns offense. Also made a big play on that punt return.
3rd down, 16 at their own 1. They need to go to the 17 for a 1st down. Couch out of the back of his own end zone, rolling out of the pocket, starts to run and gets out of bounds. Chopped down by Bruschi at the 10.
When you saw Teddy Bruschi take a shot, Tim Couch just a little slow getting out of bounds. The fans here yelling, "Brew!" And Bruschi, tough, hard-nosed linebacker, going ahead and diving and Say, if you're not going to step out of bounds, Tim, I'll help you out. That's a legal, good hit.
Gardaki, his third punt of the game, 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Troy Brown, Kevin Falk back. Brown has already returned 185 yards. Kevin Falk will get a chance. And he gets inside Cleveland territory, stopped at the 47. Flag on the play. Lanoy Jones with the special teams tackle. And it will go against New England.
Illegal block in the back from behind number 35 on the return team during the return. 10 yards, first down.
Patrick pass. Now here's a question. Which of these bubble teams has the best chance to make the playoffs? Atlanta, Cleveland, Denver, New Orleans, the Giants, or Seattle? Just log on and cast your vote at NFL.com.
Aren't you going to ask me?
No.
Come on!
Because I know who you're going to say.
No. I'm picking the Saints.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
See, you thought I was
I'm going to say the Browns. First and 10 from the 44.
You're a homer.
Here's Brady to the sideline. Nice catch, Terry Glenn. And Terry Glenn gets out of bounds. I tell you what, he may be kind of crazy off the field, but this guy can really play the game of football.
Yes, he can. And when he's focused, he can really scare defenses out there. And Tom Brady, what a nice weapon to add to the arsenal on the comeback route. They're giving him cushion again. He hasn't gone on the deep fly route. Look at that job. Delivering the ball to the spot. Terry Glenn coming back to the ball. And he just changes the way that teams have to defend this New England offense. They've got to account for him.
3 catches, 55 yards. Brady looking. Once again throws a strike to Terry Glenn. First down. A 12-yard gain.
And you just wonder if they're getting the Browns frustrated enough to start playing a little tighter coverage on Terry Glenn. This time he's going to run the square out. Watch him coming out of his break. Looks like he's been playing the whole time. Nice job of making it square coming out. And a nice job today, Robinson Randall on Jameer Miller. We haven't mentioned Miller's name a whole lot today, and you see the chip right there coming out with the help from Big Joe Andruzzi.
Here's the reverse. They run it to Patton with a block, and Patton is down inside the 15. Dropped on the play by Devin Bush, but it's a gain of 8.
And how about Tom Brady taking a play out of Brett Favre's playbook? Getting the reverse, getting downfield, leading David Patton. Keep your eyes on Tom Brady. He's coming back. He's coming into your screen. Good. Look at the cut block right there on Earl Little. You don't want a quarterback knocking you on the ground.
Second down 3 at the 14. Antoine Smith, and he's dropped for a loss. Nicely done, Jameer Miller coming up and making the play. And he'll lose 2 on the play.
And he heard us say we haven't called his name a lot, and here he comes again. Coming down inside. Quickness of Jameer Miller has been a big part of this Cleveland Browns defense this year. Penetration kills the run game. And Jameer Miller making some things happen. And it's tough today because he is the focal point of this New England offense. Hey, chip him, double him. Courtney Brown's not in the lineup. Keith McKenzie's out for the season.
3rd and 5. He has 8 sacks on the year. At the 16-yard line, Tom Brady straight drop back, steps up and goes down. And that time it's Warren coming in and making the sack. His first of the day. And New England will bring on Adam Vinatieri once again, who's been perfect today.
And watch Gerard Rowan right here, left defensive tackle. He's done a great job this year of collapsing the pocket. Had his best game of the season last week, 8 tackles, quarterback pressures. And he really needs to step up. He's had a solid season. He can be a force out there. Just got to have more consistency.
Adam Vinatieri good from 54 and 38 yards. This one from 39, and he pushed it wide right. So the Browns dodge a bullet. 4:18 to play in the third quarter of play. And the Patriots lead it 20-13, but Butch Davis will take the miss. 2013, 4:18 to go in the third quarter of play. The Cleveland defense holds, and they take over first down and 10 at their own 29. Play action couch, looking, goes up top for North Punt, incomplete. Otis Smith was right there. Good coverage for the Patriots. And another look at the playoff picture. Why this game is so important. Cleveland and Seattle both at 6-5. If the playoffs began today, remember 6 teams go. The division winners go automatically. Baltimore, the Jets, and New England would be in. Cleveland would be outside looking in.
And remember, head-to-head matchup is the first tiebreaker. That's why this game is so important for these two teams today, because it's going to be a tremendous advantage for the winner of this game.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Inside handoff, Jackson breaks it back in and gets to the 31, maybe the 32. Mike Vrabel dragging him down from behind. Coming next, the doubleheader action continues here on CBS Sports when Vinny and the Jets try to bounce back against Cordell Stewart and the AFC dominant Pittsburgh Steelers. Or the Chiefs battle the AFC West leading Oakland Raiders. Check local listings. 3rd down 8 from the 31. Cleveland needs to go to the 39 for a first down. They're 5 of 10 on 3rd down conversion. Here's Couch looking up top. Incomplete. Kevin Johnson broke to the sideline. Couch thought he was going down to the field, and the Browns have to punt it away.
And when it's 3rd and long, we talked about that all day. Cleveland hasn't been in that situation a lot. You know the Patriots are going to blitz. Lawyer Malloy, Anthony Pleasant, everybody was putting pressure in Tim Couch's face. And like you said, a little miscommunication out there. He's got to throw that ball up to avoid the sacks.
Brown back deep. This one sent away by Gardocki. Brown catches it inside the 30 and goes down at the 37. Smith with the tackle. 41-yard punt, 8-yard return. We talked about the AFC. Let's take a look at the NFC. The division leaders, Philly, Chicago, St. Louis, and San Francisco tied right now. However, they're playing each other today, and St. Louis is beating San Francisco. The wild cards, Green Bay at 8-3, Tampa, New Orleans, and Atlanta.
So who's your pick from the NFC this year to represent in the Super Bowl?
I like the Rams. Still like the Rams.
Way to go out on a limb. That's really tough.
You asked me, I'm just telling you.
Okay. I thought you were going to give me a surprise pick or a super insightful one. But you're right. I think the Rams are going to be the pick. I'm just messing with you.
I know you are. You mess with me every day. So St. Louis leading in the 4th quarter right now against San Francisco. 24-7 with 13 and a half left. 1st and 10 at the 37. Inside handoff. Edwards dragged down from behind, and Edwards is taken down by Mark Smith. And those Cleveland uniforms, very good looking uniforms, and that's the guy that takes care of them. He's the equipment manager, Bobby Monica.
The best equipment manager in the National Football League. And they know they've got a great one there in Cleveland. Keeps these guys looking good all the time.
From Madison, New Jersey. His father was a Hall of Fame football coach in New Jersey. Here's Brady underneath, and it's caught Brown at the 45. A 17-yard pickup.
Now watch David Patton right here run the clear route, and watch the Troy Brown come underneath. There's the David Patton running the clear, taking 2 with him. Troy Brown breaking it underneath on a dagger route, and that's what happens when you have speed outside.
And now Troy Brown has gone over the 1,000-yard mark, the first time in his career. 1st and 10 at the 45. Brady dumps it. Incomplete. He was under pressure. Going back to Troy Brown, this little receiver, a 6th-round pick out of Marshall. Make that an 8th-round pick in 1993 out of Marshall. He was lucky to make the team, and he's found a home and has become a star here in New England.
And I'm voting for Troy Brown for the Pro Bowl this year because he's been phenomenal. And I just love the way he plays. He's such a hard worker, does a great job finding the ball, sure-handed, great leader, big play, wide receiver.
Antoine Smith on the play fake. Brady underneath, caught by Brown again. This time an 18-yard gain.
And Gus, that's what play action does for you. You have Antoine Smith, you're able to run the ball. All of a sudden, linebackers, safeties, they start sucking up for the run, and you have a good play action game. Watch these linebackers bite on the play action. Here comes Wally Rayner. Run, run, run. That opens up the zone deep behind the linebackers where they should be dropping on a pass. That is so important, and that's what Antoine Smith has brought to this team. Tom Brady, nice job this year on his ball handling and faking skills.
First down at the Cleveland 27. Here's the pitch to Smith. And Smith spins. And is dragged down at the 25 by Devin Bush. Good job by Bush holding on. A 2-yard pickup. Now don't miss an amazing Thursday on CBS, beginning with an all-new Survivor. Who'll be the next one voted off? Then it's the incredible finale of The Amazing Race. Find out who will win the $1 million prize, followed by an all-new CSI. It's all here. Amazing Thursday on CBS. And if you keep messing with me, you're going to be voted out of this booth. That'll be nice.
Okay,
Second down and 9. At the 25. Brady, short drop underneath. It's caught. Charles Johnson. And Johnson down at the 19, still on the field. He's shaken up. Earl Little with the tackle.
Big shot by Dwayne Rudd, and I almost think, Gus, that was a fumble. They called it incomplete, and the whistle blew. But if you have possession and take 2 steps, that is a legal catch. You see Charles Johnson still on the ground. Dwayne Rudd delivered a huge blow, and you saw that ball on the ground. That's what Butch Davis is saying right now. Fumble. It was a fumble. A catch, Gus, possession and 2 steps. 1, 2, bang, ball out, fumble. Now the key is, was he juggling the ball from our angle? It's tough to tell. And so the call on the field was incomplete, but it sure looked like a fumble to me. And that was a heck of a delivered blow by Dwayne Rudd.
Charles Johnson in his 8th season out of Colorado. Released by the Eagles, and he signed with the Pats, former first-round pick in '94 by Pittsburgh.
I guess when you run that route, you call it a looky route. It's just everybody's slanting in. Your back is to the defensive back or the linebacker, and you don't know what's coming. And you see Charles Johnson look it in, and there's 1 step, down 2. And the key is, and that ball is out. The key is, was he juggling it when that first step was down? Here he is, just going to run the looky route right here. And let's see if we can tell if that ball's in. Possession and 2, 1, 2. And it looks like he was still juggling it actually from this angle. It looked like his arm was moving up and down. And he might not have had the complete possession of that ball. And so maybe he only had 1 step down with possession. And Gus, I don't even know if that's challengeable, because once the whistle blows on an incomplete pass. And there's Charles Johnson, and that's just a tough shot to take. And that's part of going over the middle.
And that's what you did for 11 years in the National Football League. And as Johnson has to be helped to the sideline, that will make it 3rd down 9 at the Cleveland 26. Patriots 3 of 9 on 3rd down conversions today. J.R. Redmond lines up in the backfield. Brady ambushed at the 30. Jameer Miller with his 9th sack of the season.
And you've got to account for Jameer Miller. We said at the top of the show he was going to be important, and we said we hadn't called his name a lot. But here he is versus Rod Rutledge, and that's a huge mismatch. You cannot have a tight end block Jameer Miller man for man. And nothing against Rod Rutledge, but there's no tight end that can do that. And Jameer Miller sees that, and he says, if it's not a three-step drop and that ball's gone, I'm going to sack the quarterback. And that's exactly what he did.
So that will take us to the end of the third quarter of play. But hold on. A timeout has been called. And it is a 30-second timeout.
And you know why they call that timeout, Gus? Because the wind is blowing the opposite way. They want Adam Vinatieri to kick into the wind. Makes it a tougher field goal. He missed his last one. If they switch sides, he's got the wind at his back. 1 second.
The top of the stadium here in Foxboro, the wind is actually blowing right into the face of Adam Vinatieri.
I thought Cleveland was signaling timeout. There would be no reason that New England would take that timeout.
And there are your flags, and they are blowing right at Adam Vinatieri. Cleveland calling the timeout. So 48-yarder coming up, good for 54 and 38. He missed a 39-yarder. This one from 48 yards. High snap, they get it down. It's up and no good. The strategy pays off for Butch Davis and the Browns. They force him to kick into the wind. And at the end of the third quarter, our score is 20-13. And Cleveland will get the football back. We'll return to Foxboro Stadium right after this word from your local station. Adam Vinatieri has missed 2 and made 2. And our score as we head into the fourth quarter, 20-13. Cleveland taking over with the ball at their own 38. Down by 7. Couch up the sideline for White, makes the catch, and White goes down at the 27. It's a gain of 37. Matt Stevens with the tackle.
And that was all about Jamel White making an adjustment while that ball was in the air. Getting one-on-one coverage outside with Matt Stevens. And that's what Tim Couch said, I'll take my running back versus safety anytime. You see White come back, stop and come back for that ball. And Stevens kept going. Big play down the field for the Browns. Wow.
The missed field goal and the big reception. Now they have it at the New England 26. Couch rolling, throws on the run, out of bounds. Intended for Quincy Morgan. That one sailed on him a bit.
And you know why it sailed? It's tough when you roll out your opposite way. With him rolling to his left, a right-handed quarterback, you can't set your feet and throw, and that affects your accuracy.
And a look at the missed field goal as Vinatieri pushes it and just missed it.
And you wonder if that wind affected it, just blowing it enough left. Started off like it was going to be inside the post.
Second down 10 at the 26. Couch, short drop underneath, caught, and down inside the 5 is Kevin Johnson. Johnson with an unbelievable catch, and he was able to keep his balance long enough to get inside the New England 5, a 22-yard pickup.
And you know they're going to go to Kevin Johnson. They're giving him too big of a cushion. I can't believe they're giving him room to operate. You see him running the slant right there. Just letting him off the ball. You got to jam and double him. He's the main guy you've got to stop when you're playing the Cleveland Browns.
7 catches, 75 yards. First and goal at the New England 4. Jackson straight ahead. Jackson maybe a yard. Bobby Hamilton with the tackle.
And it is amazing how this Browns team has played this season. This is picture-perfect Cleveland Browns game. Get a couple interceptions, have your defense bend but not break, force teams to kick field goals. Adam Vinatieri misses a couple field goals, and you're into the fourth quarter on the road, and you're 7 points down. And your big wide receiver, Kevin Johnson, coming up with big plays.
Second down goal at the 4. 3-receiver package. Jackson the lone setback. Here's Couch. Looking underneath, incomplete. Couch lucky to get that ball off. He was under all kinds of pressure. Bruschi was there. Also Roman Pfeiffer.
I think they blitzed all their linebackers. Bruschi, Pfeiffer, and Vrabel. They're all coming on the blitz. And Tim Couch had to get that ball away right now, or it was going to be a big sack. A lot of pressure inside. And the Patriots are going to do that again. The best response, get the ball on the flat route to your running back.
Third down goal from the 4. James Jackson is the running back lined up to Couch's left. Santiago goes in motion. Couch rolling, throwing on the run, incomplete. Dennis Northcutt had it, but bobbled it out of bounds.
And that's a classic situation of running without the ball. Northcutt knew he needed to get into the end zone, and so he turned his head away from looking the ball in, trying to get those yards. I don't think he was going to get it anyway, but you're going to see him start to get the ball up, and the eyes going upfield. Takes the shot anyway. But they would have had it down to the 2 or 3 yard line. Now it's not even a question. You got to go for the field goal.
So Phil Dawson in to attempt a 22-yarder. It's up and good. Dawson 3 for 3 on the afternoon. 12:39 to play. 2016 Patriots. (20-16) the score. The Patriots lead the Cleveland Browns here with 12:39 to play. And Dawson's 22-yard field goal came on a 7-play, 58-yard drive. And the sun has started to come out here at Foxboro Stadium. Another sellout crowd in attendance. And Cleveland ready to send it away. Here we go. Falk from the 24. Goes backwards after crossing the 30. It's a 9-yard gain. Gus Johnson, along with Brent Jones, competitive game so far.
Yeah, it is. And I think when you talk about competitive, that really talks about the Cleveland Browns and their mentality. I think Butch Davis has done such a great job, and they've hung around, they've battled. Not the most phenomenal output on offense or defense, but they haven't given up, and they've battled into the fourth quarter, and that's where they've been successful this year.
What do you expect to see here in this fourth quarter of play?
I expect the Patriots to go back to Tom Brady, let him answer the call. Terry Glenn maybe making another appearance in a deep route, maybe a double move scenario. And hey, you got Troy Brown. Keep getting him the ball. He's been successful all day.
1st and 10 at the 33. David Patton in motion to the sideline. Patton with the catch, crawls forward, gets to the 44.
David Patton going against his former team, and I think that Kevin Johnson would have hoped that David Patton would have stuck around in Cleveland and have some speed to take the pressure off of him. And it's been kind of a carousel, the second wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns since Patton's left. But Patton has been a great deep threat this year for the Patriots.
Don't forget, game 2 of our doubleheader next. Most of you will see the Jets in Pittsburgh, others Kansas City and Oakland. 1st and 10 at the 44. Here's the pitch to Antoine Smith with the hole. Smith tries to turn the corner. The stiff arm works, and he gets to the 49. Jameer Miller in on the play. Makes it 2nd down and 4 as we take a look around the National Football League. Week number 13. Philly leading San Diego at home. Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Jaguars losing a tough Monday night game to Green Bay. Minnesota winning at home big over Tennessee. 2nd down 4 at the 49. Draw play. Here's Smith, and he goes nowhere. Earl Little there, and Antoine Smith will lose a yard on the play.
And that was a big second down play. You don't say second down plays are really instrumental in the course of a game, but now we're at 3rd and 5, and this will be a crucial conversion possibility for this New England team. Gone to Troy Brown in these situations.
Makes it 3rd down 6 from the 48. They need to go to the Cleveland 46 for a first down. Here's Brady on the deep drop. Sets up. Looking. Brady's got to get rid of it. He doesn't. And he's taken down. Jameer Miller should be credited with a sack. And New England forced to punt it away. Second sack of the day for Miller.
And Jameer Miller has showed up huge in this second half. And watch Tom Brady pull the trigger and then hang on to the ball. Brings it back in, and there's Jamiller pushing, getting an arm on him. Brady falling forward. And it looks like a little confusion on the routes right there. They almost ran into each other, but Terry Glenn was wide open. I think that's where Brady was looking initially and then pulled it back.
Ken Walter from the 33. Wobbly kick. Fair caught at the 12. A 39-yard punt. 9:43 to play in the 4th quarter. Cleveland has it down by 4. Welcome back. 20-16 the score. 9:43 to go in the 4th. Jameer Miller coming up with a big second half. 2 sacks. Has 10 on the season. Cleveland now at their own 14. First down and 10. Play action count. Underneath. Caught by White out of the backfield. Jamel White gets to the 31. A gain of 17. Shaw with the tackle.
Little play action here. Watch Jamel White hitting the seam. Tim Couch putting it right on the money, letting Jamel White run with the ball, getting 5 extra yards after the catch. You see Mike Vrabel on the blitz. Couch getting rid of it just in time, and Jamel White coming up with a couple of huge catches down the line.
And Bruce Arians, the offensive coordinator, sees something. He's starting to use his backs out of the backfield. As receivers, 1st and 10 at the 31. Couch. Over the middle this time. It is picked off. Bobbles, number 98, Pleasant. And he loses it. At the 35, a flag on the field.
And I think the flag is going to be Brown's holding. And so the interception is going to stand. How about Anthony Pleasant downfield?
Offense. Penalties decline. First down.
Quincy Morgan had it and dropped it right into the hands of Pleasant.
And that's been the problem. Quincy Morgan's had trouble hanging on to the ball lately. Look at Anthony Pleasant hustling downfield to make the tackle. He makes the interception, but he's carrying the ball like a loaf of bread. And that's one of the problems. And watch Roman Pfeiffer. Here's a guy that's been on a tear these last few weeks, getting held and pressure, crawling to Tim Couch. And Morgan's got to hang on to that ball. But Anthony Pleasant hustling downfield, getting the big interception.
First down 10 at the 35. Brady looking, going up top for Brown, incomplete. Brown with the down, out and up, and good defense on the part of the Browns.
Charlie Weiss going the bunch formation after the turnover, trying to strike gold on the first play, and certainly can't accuse the Patriots of being too conservative in this game, Gus. They've clearly gone to the pass. Not as much Antoine Smith today. They've tried to attack the Browns through the air. They've had some success, although they've made a few mistakes as well that have led to a couple of Brown interceptions.
2nd and 10. Antoine Smith, power running, nowhere to go. Maybe a yard on the play. Wally Rayner in the middle, making the tackle. 8:33 and counting. This Cleveland team, they're without Courtney Brown, they're without Keith McKenzie, they're without Dalen McCutcheon, they're without Aaron Shea, and they continue to hang in this football game.
And a lot of that's the attitude that comes from the head coach, and Butch Davis has just, like we've said this whole year, has changed the thinking in Cleveland. These guys expect to win. They expect to be there at the end of the game.
Scott Crofton now at safety. Number 47. 3rd and 10 from the 35. Grady under pressure again. Grady, flag on the play, incomplete. And this should be a hold against New England.
And I think, Gus, that's a penalty I think you go ahead and decline. Although we could see another attempted long field goal, 52 yards, but I think if you're the Browns...
Holding, 77, offense, penalties decline, 4th down.
Mike Compton. And they're going to bring Vinatieri back in to attempt a field goal.
Well, this time we know he's got the wind at his back. He kicked that 54-yarder in the first half. And watch Mike Compton, who's been doing a good job today versus Gerard Warren, but he's going to go ahead and just tackle the big man because he's losing him right there.
So the ball is spotted at the 43. So this will be a 53-yarder. He has a 54-yarder today. His career long 55. They fake it and pooch it. They fake it and pooch it, and the ball is down. Did it get into the end zone? No. It will be downed at the 1.
I think it's Jermaine Wiggins getting down, Gus. Going ahead and making a great effort, keeping that ball from going in the end zone. Otherwise, the quick kick would have backfired.
A 42-yard punt. So we have a situation here, 20-16 the score. New England leads Cleveland. 7:45 to go in the 4th quarter. The ball was down at the 1-foot line, and the Browns have elected to challenge this play.
And Jermaine Wiggins makes a huge play. Watch, his foot is not on the end line. If he touched the ball there and his foot was on the end line, it would have been a touchback. The ball didn't touch inside the end zone. Great play. The ball, Gus, is going to stay right there on the 1-yard line. Not a bad challenge. Take a shot, and you're going to see a great angle of it here. Notice his foot inside the white line right there. Nice job of bouncing it back out. Jermaine Wiggins, huge play. Now the Browns have to go 99 big ones. Nice awareness of where your feet are on the field. So many times you see players step on that line and then touch the ball. Well, that would be a touchback because you're in the end zone touching the ball.
So the ruling on the field is that the ball is at the 1, and the Browns are saying this should be a touchback.
Not a bad challenge. You know, his right foot was actually within 2 inches of touching the line.
After reviewing the play, the player was not in the end zone. The ball was not in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Cleveland will be charged a timeout.
So Cleveland with only 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, now we said it was a good challenge, but in terms of times out, when you lose a timeout right there, that is crucial. Now, it would have been nice to have the ball in the 20, and what they were thinking was maybe his foot stepped on that line when he was touching the ball. But Jermaine Wiggins, nice job of balancing that tightrope, knowing where his feet are, and bouncing that ball back. Big special teams play for this New England Patriots team.
So the Browns have it. 1st down.
And Gus, watch out for Richard Seymour and Roman Pfeiffer in this situation. They've been able to get a lot of penetration all day. Right now, they're thinking penetration may be an opportunity for a safety. I know the ball's on about the 1.5-yard line.
And the fans in the end zone are really giving the Browns a hard time as they huddle up. Everybody in the stadium on their feet. 1st down and 10. Ball on the 2. Monroe in motion. The handoff to Jackson, and he gets some running room up to the 5. Teddy Bruschi pulls him down. So this is the New England version of the dog pound. And that'll make it 2nd down and 7 at the 5.
And it's so important to get 2 or 3 yards down there and get out of that end zone. It's just tough as a running back lining up back there, just saying, hey, if there's penetration, we could have a safety. Just gives you so much more breathing room, helps you mentally on the next play.
2nd down, 7. Counts. Thrown to the sideline. Nice catch. And this is Dawson with the grab. And Dawson will be a couple of yards short. He gains 3. Otis Smith closing on the play quickly. And that'll make it 3rd down 4 at the 8-yard line.
Huge difference between 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 8 in this situation. You know the Patriots love to blitz off the corner. 3 wide receivers. You know that they love bringing one of those guys, especially off the slot wide receivers. New England is not afraid to blitz those corners.
3rd down 4 at the 8. They need to go to the 12. Couch out of the shotgun under pressure. Gets it away, and Otis Smith comes from the corner and disrupts the passing play, and the Browns will have to send it away.
And nobody blitzes their defensive backs better than the Patriots. Watch him coming. You saw him looking inside. Luckily, Tim Couch got rid of that ball, because if he held it for one more step, look at, nobody sees Otis Smith. 3-shot quarterback back turn. Bang! Wow, that could have been a big fumble right there.
Gardocki sends it away. Here's Brown at the 45, skipping. Gets into Cleveland territory, turning the corner. And Troy Brown gets to the 36. A 48-yard punt and a 20-yard return. So with 6:04 to go in the 4th quarter of play. And another look at Otis Smith's hit.
And you see how close that was to being a fumble. Just a half step earlier, and Tim Couch would have had that ball off, and that would have been a shot by Otis Smith. And when you play the Patriots, you've got to be aware the corners and safeties will come off those receivers in a heartbeat. They do a great job of coming over and covering for the blitzing defensive back. You've got to have your eyes on the swivel.
Antoine Smith. And he's dragged down by Wally Rayner, the middle linebacker. Stays in bounds. Clock continues to run at 5:53 and counting. Cleveland has 1 timeout remaining. New England has 2 timeouts remaining.
And if you're the Patriots, you're thinking, we've got to come away from this with this great position with at least 3. We've got to put the pressure on the Browns to have to drive the length of the field just to tie it up. And so you're going to have to make another 1st down or 2. Vinatieri's missed the last couple.
2nd and 8 at the 34. The pitch to Smith. Sweeping around the left side. Breaks down the sideline. Antoine Smith out of bounds at the 15. An 18-yard run.
Patriots having a lot of success this year running left. Watch Big Matt Light, number 72, clearing the way. Anthony Henry, bang, there's the hole. And there goes Antoine Smith. Nice job using the stiff arm, getting down the sideline for an extra 5 or 6 yards. Antoine Smith following Big Matt Light, and that's what you've got to do. Go back to your bread and butter. Run behind the rookie.
1st down and 10 at the 16. Smith, the single setback. They give it to him straight ahead, and Smith tackled by Rayner. 4:48 to go. Bill Belichick will take it. 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter of play. Foxboro Stadium, home of the New England Patriots, who have won 4 of their last 5 games, and they are leading the Cleveland Browns 20-16. Gus Johnson, Brent Jones with you.
2nd down, 7.
2nd down and 7 at the 13. 2nd down, 7 at the 13 for the Patriots. Play action. Brady throws it underneath, and it's caught. Troy Brown with the catch, tackled by Wally Rayner. Foxboro Stadium, where the New England Patriots lead the Cleveland Browns 20-16. Gus Johnson and Brent Jones with you. And for those of you who have just joined us, these are the key statistics. Troy Brown with an 85-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Because one of the hallmarks for this Cleveland defense all year has been bend but don't break. They've got to hold New England to at least a field goal in this situation.
3rd down and 1. The pitch Smith getting outside, now cuts it back in and gets to the 5, but he picks up a first down. Antoine Smith has carried the ball 18 times for 59 yards.
And what a huge first down that was, not only in terms of having 4 more plays, but in terms of moving the clock. Gus, almost inside 3 minutes right now, and New England appears to be in the driver's seat. Don't want to take any risky chances right here. Got to stick with your safe. Antoine Smith's been pounding it in all season for the Patriots. They've had a lot of success running left.
Makes it first down and goal at the 5. Smith lines up as the single setback. Here he is, breaks it back, looking for daylight. Touchdown, New England. Antoine Smith.
And we've talked about the success running left. They're initially starting left. He sees the hole. The Browns are overcommitting. He bounces it back right. Now watch his legs keep moving. Watch him break that plane. And I don't know if his knee wasn't down, Gus, before that ball crossed the goal line.
Too late now for a challenge. The extra point is up and good. 2 rushing touchdowns on the day for Antoine Smith. 2:43 to play in the 4th quarter, and Bill Belichick's Patriots lead 27-16. A lot to cheer about here in New England. The Patriots have a 27-16 lead. Antoine Smith with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day, but after you see what we've seen, if you're a Cleveland fan, you may get a little upset. Gay running the ball, breaks it outside. Ben Gay stood up and taken down at the 25. Patrick Pass with the tackle. Let's go back to the touchdown. This is what I'm talking about. Antoine Smith, and look at his knee.
That left knee, I think, is going to hit the ground right there. And there's the ball right here. Here's the plane right here. That's almost a yard away. And that is not a touchdown. And then you see him lean forward. Gets the call. Now, Gus, if we were inside 2 minutes, that would have been automatically challenged by the replay system. But the Browns didn't choose to or didn't think to challenge that spot.
Cleveland with only 1 timeout remaining. First down and 10 at the 28 now for the Browns. Here comes a blitz. Tim Couch under pressure. Gets it away. And it's incomplete, intended for O.J. Santiago. And we'll take a look at Antoine Smith's touchdown once again. And the knee is down.
And it's where the ball is when the knee's down. Bang, there you see it, and it's held right there. Here's the end line. And, you know, for the Browns, realistically, Gus, they would have just had more time run off the clock for the Patriots. Whether you hold them or not, they're going to definitely get the field goal. Maybe their best chance is to get that ball back, score quick, and get an onside kick.
Couch underneath, Santiago with the catch. Turns it up, gets over the 35 to the 37. Tackled hard by Roman Pfeiffer, and it's a gain of 9. Cleveland trying to hurry back to the line of scrimmage.
And you've got to throw the ball downfield. You can't waste time with 3 and 4, 5-yard routes. You've got to get it downfield if you're going to get back in this game.
2-minute warning coming up, so they elect to get the first down. And the clock will stop with 2 minutes to go. They get the first down. 2 minutes remaining, 27-16, Patriots. 27-16, 2 minutes to go in the 4th. Tom Brady is not over 70% today, but he's 19 of 28. Looking for his 5th consecutive game, completing 70% or more of his passes. He's short right now. Cleveland with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 41. Here's Couch underneath. Ball is caught. Northcutt gets to the 40. Loses the ball. And I believe the Patriots have it. And Northcutt is still down. And there is no call yet.
And I think it was a fumble for sure.
And the Patriots have it. Northcutt is woozy.
Watch Dennis Northcutt, got two hands on the ball, still takes a big shot, and there's the ball on the ground to Bucky Jones and Lawyer Malloy, giving him a safety sandwich. And that is a big shot. You got to hang on to that ball, though. And the bottom line for this game, Cleveland lost the turnover battle. It kept him in the game. You see Northcutt taking a big shot.
And the turnovers, 4 turnovers for Cleveland, 2 for New England. So Brady hikes it, and this is Smith breaking it. Antoine Smith stays in bounds, gets to midfield. Flags on the play, which stopped the clock.
And most likely gets a face mask. And you see Antoine Smith, great veteran savvy by staying in bounds.
And the face mask penalty called against Cleveland. Corey Fuller.
Wow.
15-yard penalty.
And you see Antoine Smith had the corner there, but he would have ended up being pushed out of bounds, so he cut it back in, and that contributed to the face mask. Corey Fuller thought he was going to continue toward the sideline, but Smith, knowing that he's got to keep this clock rolling, decided to stay in bounds.
So that'll make it first down at the Cleveland 35. The Patriots break toward the line of scrimmage, and they will take a knee. Now tonight on 60 Minutes, before September 11th, it was the most talked the National Football League on CBS, or Sean McManus and Terry Ewer. Today's game produced by Bob Monsbach, directed by Steve Milton. The associate director is Sean Robbins, and the broadcast associate, the Duke, Joel Dukart. Our statistician today, Russ DeLynn. Our spotter, Ben Calhoun. Don't forget, coming up next, the second game of our doubleheader. It's the New York Jets at Pittsburgh, or the Kansas City Chiefs at the Oakland Raiders. And the New England Patriots will improve to 8-5 on the season with a win over Cleveland today. So let's update the AFC playoff picture as we see it. Miami, Pittsburgh, Oakland lead their divisions. The Jets will play Pittsburgh following this football game. Baltimore's off today. They're 8-4. So New England gets even better with the win today over Cleveland. And the Browns fall back. Seattle, they will play tonight against Denver.
And New England's going to get one more crack at Miami in a couple weeks here in Foxboro. They've got a couple of games against teams that they should beat, Carolina and Buffalo. New England's going to decide if they're in the playoffs this year or not. They definitely can control their own destiny.
And let's take a look. The Pats still have a bye remaining on their schedule on the 28th, so they play at Buffalo, one of the worst teams in the National Football League, then home to Miami. And their final game, they will take on George Seifert in what may be his final game at Carolina.
Taking a shot at my former coach.
No, I'm just telling the truth.
Yes. Yes, you are.
So it's fourth down, and the Patriots want to use all of the clock as the play clock winds down. 9 seconds remaining.
You think we can get that guy to smile, Bill Belichick?
Well, he smiled last week after beating the Jets, so look at what the Patriots have done. They beat Cleveland, they've beaten the Jets, they've beaten New Orleans, lost to St. Louis, but prior to that, they defeated Buffalo and Atlanta, and they are rolling in the most important part of the season. This young man, Tom Brady, has played excellent football, and I tell you what, New England still with an opportunity to win the division. They split with the Jets. Jets play Pittsburgh today. That's a tough game. Miami comes to town later. And
And Gus, I actually think Miami's in trouble. Lost 2 key players, Mark Dixon, one of their best offensive linemen, Daryl Gardner, one of their best defensive linemen. They better be ready, because this Patriots team is different. A darn different team, especially in December in Foxboro.
Here's the pitch to Antoine Smith, and Smith draws forward to the 35, and Cleveland will take over with 3 seconds to go. The schedule for the Browns, although they lose today, Cleveland still with a very, very positive season. They take on Jacksonville next week at home, followed by trips to Green Bay, Tennessee, and the final game of the season is at Pittsburgh. Right now, this Browns team, young, not very talented, but I tell you what, this man has been working miracles for this Cleveland Browns franchise. Keeps them positive. They play hard from start to finish, and you can feel that they are going to be a lot better in the near future. So Couch with 1 play remaining, and he tosses it up top. Kevin Johnson with the grab, and Johnson is dropped at the 45, and that's it. The final score from Foxboro Stadium, the New England Patriots defeat the Cleveland Browns 27-16. For Brent Jones, this is Gus Johnson saying so long. Coming up next, game 2 of our doubleheader. You'll see the Jets versus the Steelers or the Chiefs versus the Raiders. You've been watching the National Football League on CBS.